Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more 9-Rip, continuing Sena's route, because we're finally in it now. Oh, good lord. Anyway, where shall we go for our date? We left the park, but continued to walk with no direction in mind. How about heading to the station to start? There's a lot to do there. Is that okay with you? As I asked this, looking at Sena, my heart skipped a beat. He was looking down at me with a painfully serious expression on his face. I wonder if the reason you're still here is because of me. Okay, well, don't be so full of yourself. You're cute, but Jesus. What's gotten into him all of a sudden? At least it seemed sudden to me, but perhaps Sena had been thinking about that for a while. I diverted my gaze away from him. Carefully contemplating the reason I was still here, I began to speak. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about you, Sena, but the truth is, I also have my own problems. I still don't know what I'm supposed to do with my future. If I don't figure that out, I don't think I can wake up. Maybe that's the God's intention with all this. That has to be it. I talked about that before, didn't we? You and your friend's future. Oh, right. He remembered. You telling your friend that you weren't planning on going to Sagan, that must have been a real shock. You not having a clear reason other than you didn't feel like it must have been confusing for your friend. That's right. I told him about what happened with Sayaka. At that time you had a new dream and you knew you didn't want to go to the same university as your friend. I wish that were the case. My heart began to grow heavy. Still, I wanted to hear Sena's advice. I looked toward him as if he might be able to save me. I don't have a dream. What I want to do, who I want to be, I don't know the answers to any of those questions. That's why I'm struggling. I shared the worries I'd been carrying on my shoulders with Sena bit by bit. About Sayaka, about not having a dream, about how things had erupted with my mom. After I'd poured everything out, Sena didn't say anything. He merely offered me a warm smile. Thank you for sharing that with me. I shouldn't be the one thanking you. Oh, I should be the one thanking you. Thank you for listening. I was like, why did that sound rude and wrong? 'Cause I can't read. Talking with you like this, it makes me feel a little better. I'm glad to hear that. After flashing a friendly grin, Sena turned away from me, gazing into the distance. Perhaps he's thinking about all the things I just told him. Feelings of gratitude and guilt welled up inside me as I stared at his thoughtful expression. Now then, let's clear both our minds and have that date. Right. Speaking of which, isn't it odd that the two of us are able to hold hands like this? Holding hands? Oh, holding hands with a girl on the street. If a reporter saw me now, I'd be done for. Besides, since romance isn't allowed for talent with the agency, walking around with a girl like this is a new experience for me. The conversation shifted away from my future plans, and seeing Sena completely in date mode made me giggle softly. Being a celebrity sure is hard, huh? You could say that. For me, though, work was always more important than love. But now I don't have to think about that anymore. I can just enjoy myself. I'll enjoy our date, too. That's when Sena said he had a place he wanted to go. He tightly grabbed my hand and pulled me to our destination. I realized he was trying to distract me from my gloom and lift my spirits. That made me start to feel more cheerful. Thank you, Sena. I meant the words from the bottom of my heart and felt my mood shift. My body hummed with excitement for our date. How sweet. So this is where you wanted to come? Yeah, I wanted to say a prayer. After pretending to dip our hands in the ceremonial water, we walked into the shrine. I wonder if this is going to be... Because you know how, like, in Kureha's route, we, met the book, and then we were allowed to ask it for a wish, but we didn't have one, so we shared our name with it, and it shared its name with us. And then later, we had the wish,
and that was wanting to see Kureha, right? And then Hibiki's, we could just go into the mirror world. So, you know. But in this, it's like, if we go back to life, how the fuck are we going to see Sena? We're going to come here and, like, make a wish to see him. Because the shrine keeps coming up. You know what I mean? And I wonder if that's going to play into it.
This place has a lot of memories for me. It's the place that inspired me to become an idol.
A shrine did?
That's right. The shrine during the summer festival. I was in junior high. The festival had a karaoke contest and I won first place.
And you were so happy from winning you decided to become an idol?
Well, not quite.
Sena's eyes glimmered with nostalgia.
Koya was the one who convinced me to join the competition. He said, "What the heck, if you like singing, you should do it." I was determined not just to sing, but also to dance. I practiced like crazy in preparation. I watched and memorized videos, learned choreography, went to karaoke parlors.
I couldn't help but smile as I watched Sena reminisce about the past. That's a lot, just for a karaoke contest. He sure does love singing and dancing.
And then after the competition, I won, but I felt sad at the same time. I didn't feel like I really accomplished anything. More than that, I wanted to get better. I wanted to dance more, sing more, from the bottom of my heart.
So that sparked your desire to become an idol? Sena nodded.
If I didn't join that competition, I think I would have taken a different path in life. All it took was a small chance to spark something that became a big dream.
A small chance? Listening to him talk about his past, I naturally began reflecting on myself. If I had something like that, would I also have a dream? Can I find something that would make my eyes sparkle like his? When I get back, I think I'll try to do a lot of new things. I'll find something like that to spark my own dreams.
So I wanted to come to the shrine today, to say thank you.
Sena's mouth curved into a gentle smile and he clapped his hands together.
Thanks to God showing me the way, I was able to experience so much and perform for so many people. Really and truly, thank you. Of course I am. I want to become even more famous and tour all over the world. That's my dream.
His words were completely different than before. I turned away and bit my lip.
I always wanted to be an idol that toured the world. But that dream's over now.
He mumbled sadly to himself, and I found myself unable to say anything in response. Seeing my silence, Sena gave me an apologetic smile.
I'm sorry. Guess I kinda dampened the mood there. Anyway, you should pray too.
I suppose you're right. I clapped my shaking hands together and slowly closed my eyes. Please, let Sena cross over. Let him forget all this pain, all this sadness. But then if he does, he'll forget us and then we'll be all alone. But I mean, to be fair, in reality, if it were you, you're like, I'm eventually going to go back to life, you know, get back in my body, so I won't ever see Sena again. You know what I mean? And him crossing over would, you know, be good. But that's bad for an Otome game. You know what I'm saying? Like, not being able... To be fair, I mean, the endings are a little like... I can't say they're bad. They're not my favorites, you know what I mean? As far as, like, Otome game standards, where we get to be with our boyfriend and everything is wonderful. Yeah, that you are a living girl who is temporarily in a ghost state, falling in love with ghost boyfriends. It's never gonna work out perfectly. You know what I mean? You just have to know, like, this game is like, the endings are not gonna be A+. They're gonna be like B to C level. You're gonna be there's gonna be something about all of them that's a little like, well, it's not perfect. It could be better. You know what I mean? And it's not that they're bad endings or anything, or there's anything wrong with them. It's just getting to stay with Kureha meant we died, so our family and Sayaga, everyone was sad because we died. That's not the best outcome. I mean, to me, I'd rather... You know what I mean? But like overall, the best outcome would be like, we are back alive and somehow Kureha's alive now too. I don't know, magic or whatever. He's some random high school guy now. You know what I mean? Like, and everyone is great. But like, that's not gonna happen. You know? So us dying is sad. Us coming back and getting to live our life till we're like 80, 90, 100, whatever, with and just being able to see Kureha and talk to him, but not being able to touch him ever for 80 fucking years is kind of fucking bittersweet and sad. You know? I do think Hibiki got the better end of all of it because we got to go back to life. We could pop in a mirror and hang out with him. But again, we're still going to get old and die, and he's going to stay a teenage boy, and that gets a little weird. You know what I mean? You know? Or the other where it's like we don't ever get to see him. He's watching over us, but we don't know he's there. We got to see him once after a year, and it's like, so he's there watching over us, and he'll be there when we die, but we never get to have, we can't communicate with him. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we could talk to him and he'd hear us, but we won't hear him, so that's kind of sucky. So, like, in these, if they do, like, oh, well, we stay dead, that, I mean, obviously isn't going to be the best. If they do the, well, we died, but then we both crossed over and then we're resurrected, and then in our next life we find each other, that's sweet, but it's still a little sad, because you're like, but you're you, but you're also not you anymore? You know what I mean? But I still think that would be better than I go back to life and Santa crosses over. That would fucking suck. Or I go back to life and I can see him in the mirror, but I can't ever touch. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Kureha treatment. You know, you're like, I don't know if I like that either. You know what I mean? There's nothing, they're not all 100%. It's like, they're like, there's always something about them that you're like, well, that could be better. But, you know, so they're all a little bittersweet in a way. So for a game that like, I guess I don't want to say it has dark, I guess it has dark themes, you know, because like everybody's dead. So you're like, death is a pretty dark theme. And like in the school ghost stories, people were murdered, and that's pretty dark. But again, it's not horror because again, that was like, I kind of, so far, like, according to Otome Kitten's information, School Ghost Stories was the spookiest of them. And I definitely get that, because this is fluffy slice of life right now, except for slice of death, I guess, because we're dead, you know? But, like, they still have darker themes, because we're all dead trying to figure out being dead, whether you were murdered or not, you know what I mean? But it's a kind of fluffy happy game for the darker themes, and then you have bittersweet kind of endings, and you're like, which is just, you know, I mean, there's nothing, how else were they going to do it? It's not like we have bittersweet endings and it's a fluffy happy game. It's like, I mean, you're dating ghosts, so yeah, I kind of had to know it wasn't going to be like fluffiness at the end, but anyway, I don't know. The next place Santa brought me was a shopping mall. But they set you up with the routes. You're like, these are so fun and it's so cute. Look at our little ghost boy. This is going to end bad. I don't like it. I really do like this game, though.
Right. If you're going on a date in Nari Megahama, you gotta see a movie.
You want to go see a movie?
I sure do. Movies allow us to immerse ourselves in all kinds of places. We can see locations we've never seen before. It opens up a world of possibilities. Besides, there's so many things we can learn about, too.
That's incredible. I never thought of watching movies that way before. Opening up a world of possibilities. Hearing Santa say that, I wondered what possibilities might be hidden inside me. Strange. I never thought there was anything special about me.
So come on, let's go. Let's find a fun one.
Okay. I couldn't help but wonder what it would be like seeing a movie through his eyes. And I found myself wanting to experience it a little too. And we can talk all we want during the movie because no one's going to yell at us. Because nobody knows we're there. Then, after the movie...
Hey, look! An arcade! Let's go check it out!
Santa picked one of the large games and stood peering into it, his eyes shining as he did so. Haven't spent much time at the arcade.
Not since becoming an idol, no. I used to drag Koyo here so we could take pictures together in the photo booth.
The two of them in a photo booth. Sana with his dazzling smile and Koyo turning away with a sullen face. I imagine that's exactly how it looked.
Speaking of which, I wonder what the photo booths are like these days.
I bet they're a little different than when you used to go to them. There's one right over there.
Ah, you're right. Let's go take a peek.
Huh? Sana strode into the photo booth and began looking around. Hey, Sana, someone's taking a pic.
Huh.
Sana stuck his face into the photo booth. Right after that, I heard a shutter sound. There's the last picture, right? Which one should we choose?
It's the... Huh?
What is this? There's someone's face in the background. I was wondering. I was like, is it going to be blurry or weird? Even without looking at the screen, I knew exactly what they saw. His picture showed up?
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Sana got caught in the photo. Seeing as we'd accidentally created a new urban legend of the photobombing ghost at the arcade, we quickly left, apologizing profusely. That's fucking hilarious. I hope they bring that up later in like a later chapter. We're like, oh my god, there's a ghost that photobombs you at the arcade if you go. I really want him to come back to that. After the shopping mall, or in a later, like somewhere else in one of the other arcs or something, if they mention about the urban legends and they bring it up, I would die.
Say, do you have a favorite spot in town?
A favorite spot? Mulling the words as I spoke them, the image of my favorite cafe came to mind. Oh, I do have one, actually. I'd love to eat one of their parfaits again.
Well, shall we head there next?
Yeah, sure. I was initially caught off guard, thinking he was just making conversation, but considering a change of scenery might be nice, I led Sana to the cafe.
Oh, so this is your favorite place, huh?
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, well, it's not like we can order anything now, but...
Hey, what was it about this place that you like?
I love the parfaits they have here ever since I was a little kid. Even in high school, I always used to come here when I needed a break or reset myself. As we talked inside the cafe, a flood of memories came rushing back. Local cafe! A cafe with a long history and home to the protagonist's favorite parfait. Her father used to bring her when she was a child. The place is filled with fond memories for the protagonist. Ah, I see. Oops, I forgot you could hit back. A recurring figure in those memories was my father. I used to steal and eat little bits of the parfait that he ordered when he wasn't looking. This place and the parfaits have always meant a lot to me. Maybe it's just because I like sweets so much that I like this place.
Oh, is that so? Still, it's a shame I can't treat you to something right now.
That's okay. It's actually just fun being here.
It makes me happy to hear you say that. Hey, if you like sweet stuff, what about doing something related to that with your future?
Huh? What do you mean, like being a pastry chef or something?
Maybe. I don't know, I didn't really have something specific in mind. But it's still something worth considering, right? Maybe that's merely the place your dream starts, where you find your spark.
You're my spark, Sana. Start from something I love to find my dream. I've loved sweets ever since I was a little kid. They were always a part of my daily life, so I never thought much about it. I feel like now would be I guess you're in high school or whatever, and then you're like, you know what? Then you just all of a sudden realize you're really fucking great at baking. If you never tried it, you wouldn't know. You know what I mean? Like, you could be a fucking prodigy. But maybe it's because, like, every time you play a game or there's any kind of media, it's like, oh, she has been like a pastry chef ever since she was like 3 and she had an easy bake oven. Oh my God, just the shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always some kind of like child prodigy. You're like an infant. You rolled out of the womb with a rolling pin and like ready to go and start baking shit. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't really get a lot of games where it's like, you know, I do like sweets. Maybe I'll try baking. And then you pick it up at 17 and then you're like, hey, I'm really good at this and I love it. You know what I mean? Like they always make the hobbies, the skills, the things you want to do in life something that you knew while you were still a fetus in the womb. Before you even knew that you had fingers or what fingers were, you knew you wanted to bake. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even know what the fuck you are. You know nothing except for baking is my life. You know what I mean? Baking is your life and you don't even know what life or baking is. You just know. You know what I mean? Like, that's always how they portray it. So, you know, it seems weird when you have a character who's like gonna go off to college soon and it's like, you don't know what you want to be when you grow up? What the fuck? Everybody usually knows instantaneously. The second they're conceived, they know. The only reason that sperm and that egg got together is because those had the baking genes. That's all you've ever been. You know what I mean? You know? So, like, but at the same time, in reality, you're like, how the fuck are you supposed to know what you want to do when you're 17? I am old, and I don't want to know I don't even know what I want to do with the rest of my fucking life. What do I want to be when I grow up? What do you mean I grew up a long time ago? What do you mean I should have known? What do you mean I'm basically dead? Oh, well, I guess I'm stuck here, but you know what I mean? Like, I changed, like, I mean, I went to college like everybody else does when you roll out of high school. And, like, was like, this is what I'm going to do with my life. Guess what I'm doing with my life? Not that. I went back to school later on in life and totally got a complete other degree. And that's what I'm doing now. And, like, my dad, I can hear him now. I fucking told you should have done something with computers. Shut up, Dad! He was right. You know what I mean? But, like, you know, would I have been way better off in my career if I'd started, like, earlier? Fuck yeah, but I didn't. Okay. But, like, I'm here now, and whatever. It is what it is. You know? You gotta try things sometimes. But, like, again, no, like, it's great if you know what you want to fucking do when you grow up. That's awesome. Good for you. But, like, it's okay if you switch things later on. But, like, this expectation that you're 17 and you know, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? Your entire life hinges on this decision. That's a lot of pressure to put on somebody, especially in this day and age. It's getting worse. Like, you know, like, fuck. The whole world's going to shit, but make decisions that are going to impact eternity for you, you know? So, can't really be mad about them having her not really know what she wants to do and be indecisive and not have really thought about it because not everybody is that you know what I mean? Not everybody's going to be there. Not everybody's just going to know. And honestly, Sayaka, what the fuck is she going to do with her life aside from stalk us and follow us? Can we be real here? She likes the occult. Sure, you're not going to go into occult studies and be a Ghostbuster. Maybe. We don't know. But, like, the only reason she chose going to Sagan University is because that's where we're going. What does she want to do with her life aside from be with us all the time? I feel like a dick saying that because we saw her memories and everything. And, like, poor fucking Sayaka. Everyone was mean to her. We were the only one that was nice. Of course you want to stay with the only person that was nice to you and that person that... And we're besties, sure. But, like, seriously, though? Like... There's like, well, that's sweet. She wants to stay with us. And it's nice to have your best friend with you still, you know, in college and all those things and keep that person close. Because you know what I mean? Sometimes that doesn't happen a lot. You know what I mean? Like, but on the other hand, you're like, whoa, but I mean, you like, if there's something there, you're like, oh my God, you're going there. And that's awesome because they have this program, which is what I want to study. And that's perfect. But it seems like the only reason she made the decision to go there was because we were going there and then she's like, I'll figure out the rest of it. And that's crazy. Don't do that. If she knows she wants to be XYZ and they have a program for that at the school I'm going to, fuck yeah, perfect. Make that decision to go to that school then. But like, her only decision is wherever you go, I'm going to follow you. That's crazy. So, like, yeah, I'm just saying. She didn't know what she wants to do either, aside from follow me, and that's probably not right. So, poor Sayaka. Poor Sayaka. She only seemed crazy in this arc, you know what I mean? But they kind of had to make her a little cray-cray to kind of push the plot along, but whatever. Anyway. But that might be a good place to start. This could be the spark I need. And then we're going to find out we suck at... Or, you know what? She's going to go back and find out she's really good at cooking. When I get back, I'll have to think about it. Maybe that'll spark my big dream.
I think that's a good idea.
Sana smiled brightly as though he had solved a problem that was his own. I wonder... Looking back on all the things we'd done today, I couldn't help but think they were all words of advice he was trying to give me. And I mean, to be fair to that, like, I didn't think... Oh, okay, YouTube didn't exist when I was a child, okay. Neither did the internet. Oh, dear God, I'm so motherfucking old. Like, not the way you have it now. You know what I mean? But, like, I also, for the longest time in my life, was so fucking bitter that, like, oh, you go through phases, okay? Like, you went through your emo goth phase. Like, everybody went through their I only wear black. And now, again, I literally, is it Tuesday and I am only wearing black, and then Wednesday a rainbow puked on me, like Pickle Lane. Maybe Thursday it's going to be a little bit of both, who knows? Actually, today we're going to put on a lobster onesie later, because it's Halloween. Happy Halloween, by the way. It's December when you're watching this. I'm pretty fucking sure today is December 1st for you, and I'm recording this on Halloween. It's a perfect game to play on Halloween. Because I finished our other game, and the one that is going to be going up in tandem with this right now today, that it's posting, I haven't had yet, because, like, Virtue doesn't come out until, like, the 7th? Next week? So, like, I got, like, a whole week to just fucking stock up on this. So, I mean, that's good for us for that, but really bad for Virtue because we're going to be a little bit behind, but whatever. It's just timing. But anyway. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, I mean, I didn't think, like, when I was a kid, like, I hated, honestly, oh my God, I still kind of hate rom-coms. I still hate them. They're stupid. I don't hate them as much. Like, I'll watch them, but it's not like, but I hate the Christmas movies. Oh, God, it's coming into Hallmark Christmas territory, isn't it? Oh, fuck, they're going to start. Oh, they're all going to start tomorrow. Oh, Jesus. They're all fucking stupid. I've complained about them enough. They're all dumb as fuck. Yet I play Otome games. I love these. But there was a point, like, obviously there's a point where you're, like, in college and you're reading, like, the trashy romance novels, the Bodice Rippers, and you're like, oh, okay. And then, like, I don't know, you just turn bitter. I turned into a bitter hag, I guess, and was like, I hate all fucking romance, whatever. And then, like, I played, like, one Otome game, and I was like, these are actually kind of fun. And now look where we are. And look at my mental man harem. I didn't think 10 years ago I would be here today doing this. 10 years ago, we didn't have a channel. We didn't start the channel until 2015, I don't think. So we're pushing 10 years now. But you know, and we started Otome games, what, like, 8 years maybe? But still, did I think when I started it, I didn't think ever that I was going to have a YouTube channel to play Sims, let alone I play Otome games. And even when I started my channel and I played like I'll play some other games maybe or something. Did I ever think 90% of the channel and 95% of the people would be here for this? No! So you never know what's going to light a spark, because that was my point. Oh, dear God. Bird, you know what? That's not nice. You're not nice. You're bad bird. I'm trying to yell at you when you were bending your head down like, oh, you're going to pet me? No! I was shaking my finger at you telling you you're bad bird, and you're like, pet me. All right. You're such a dumbass. You're so cute. Anyway. Looking back on all the things we'd done today, I couldn't help but think they were all words of advice he was trying to give me. They were all to help me with the burdens I've been carrying. I got the feeling he was trying to encourage me to be able to face my future head on. I was just focused on enjoying our date, but Sana was thinking of me the whole time. Realizing his thoughtfulness, my heart filled with affection for him. I want to be there for Sana too. The sun was beginning to set. The two of us headed back to the school. I quickly realized I had yet to return the tools Hibiki had let me borrow back to him. I quickly realized I had yet to return the tools Hibiki let me borrow back to him. I get that sentence, but it's also like a mouthful. Wow. Would you mind coming with me?
Not at all. It'll be nice to meet Hibiki again.
He is a big fan of yours, after all. I love that.
Yeah. Last time I really lost my nerve around him. I'll have to do my best to look extra cool around him today.
Yeah. The moment we stepped foot in front of the mirror, Hibiki quickly appeared without us having to call him out.
Hibiki, thanks for everything. Thank you, too. Would you mind giving me an autograph?
Right here in the mirror.
I'd love to, but I don't think I can. This is the school's mirror, after all.
Besides, I wasn't sure how a ghost would be able to hold a pen to sign anything. The conversation continued back and forth until I stepped forward to give Hibiki his tools back. This was extremely useful. Thank you.
It's quite all right. I'm glad it was useful to you. Oh, that's an interesting sculpture. Hey, would you mind if I went and had a look?
Sure, I'll wait here. Sana began heading down the stairs, and Hibiki watched him with an uneasy look on his face. I wondered what could be bothering him. Just as I thought that, Hibiki began to speak.
About Sana.
He seemed as though he was debating whether it was all right to talk to me about this subject. After making up his mind, he turned to me with renewed confidence before speaking. What are you doing? Talking to the bird. My knee is up, and he's like climbing half down my pants and... Are you trying to reach for my remote? It's not for you. He's like, no, but your hand's on the remote, and I want you to pet me.
Jackass. Is Sana's lingering regrets. What do you think they could be?
Well, why do you want to know that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but his presence is much stronger than other ghosts. I was able to sense it before the two of you even arrived here.
Come to think of it, it did seem like Hibiki had been waiting for us to arrive at the mirror.
And they say ghosts with the strongest lingering regrets are the ones most likely to become wraiths, so I was just curious. I think it's okay for now. I don't get a bad feeling from him. But if his heart were to be corrupted...
Hibiki closed his mouth as he pondered thoughtfully. He seemed to be shrouded in some lingering doubt, but was unsure how to express it. I quickly ended our conversation and decided to find Sana. Well, that's true, especially because for the longest time he was in denial, not thinking he was dead. You know what I mean?
Oh, so this is your classroom.
Sana had asked me to bring him to my classroom, and so I had taken him there. He glanced around the classroom nostalgically, yet I couldn't help but be on edge because of what Hibiki had told me.
Tell me, which seat is yours?
That one, just over there. Sana went over to my desk and gently patted it. Sana, I wanted to ask you about your lingering regrets.
Whoa!
What is it? When Sana went next to my desk, a shred of paper suddenly appeared on top of it. This is...
There wasn't anything here before. It just appeared.
I think it's mine. As I spoke, I strode over to pick it up. Then I placed it next to the paper in my pocket and... Is that the last piece? I thought there were 6 pieces. There was only 5? Huh. It fit perfectly. The career survey paper was complete. I thought there were 6 because... Maybe there was only 5, but I don't know why my brain was thinking oh, because like in the ghost arc, the school ghosts, you know, it erased itself and there were 7 flowers on it that we had to fill in the colors, right? And then I was like, oh, there's 6 pieces, so there's only like 6 ghosts or something we're going to have to find in this one or something. That's what I kind of figured they were going to do, like something similar. But, okay, so there's only 5 pieces. Somebody let me know. Do you remember, were there 6 or were there 5? And then did they, like, am I just missing? Did I misremember? I probably misremembered, but anyway. Sana, surprised by the strange phenomenon, listened as I explained about my career survey. We still have plenty of time, though. It's interesting we found this because this is only chapter 6. We've only made one choice in this route, and aren't there, like, isn't chapter 9? Didn't we have 9 chapters? So we still... I mean, there might not be as many choices inside their routes, but we still have like 3.5 chapters, so... Anyway.
That printout.
Yeah, if I have all the pieces now, I think it means I was able to recover all my memories from the accident. Well, I had some help from the spirit board as well. The truth is, it seems that some kind of god caused me to get into that accident. As soon as the word God escaped my lips, Sana looked at me, confused.
God? You mean like a god?
The question he asked was the exact same one I'd asked the spirit board. I couldn't help but laugh. That's right. Apparently, my fretting over my future caught the eye of a god for some reason. Seeing me struggle with what to do next, this god decided to give me a little more time to make up my mind. And thanks to that reason, I met Sana. And thanks to Sana, my path forward seemed to be a little more clear. Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. It's like that god, gave me a little more time to figure out my future. Well, that's nice. Sorta. And thanks to that god and doing this, I got to meet Sana. Oh, but now I'm gonna have to leave him, you bastard! You know what I mean? Like, you think you're doing me a favor, but you're really making my life hell, because, like, first of all, everyone in my family thinks I'm dying, which is kind of tragic for them, or I was missing. And then I meet a really awesome ghost dude, or several, and then I can't even get to be with them, because then everyone in my family's like, you kind of fucked shit up, God, dude. Like, the god's a little bit of a dick, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Anyway. For the printout to be completed, now of all times, it was supposed to be something to be happy about.
And then I guess that means it's time for you to go back.
Huh?
That printout. It's complete.
Sana's thoughts were the same as mine.
There was nothing on the desk before, but now it suddenly appeared. That's a sign, isn't it? Telling you that it's okay to go back?
Please, don't say that.
God's saying you can go back and face your future.
But this is all so soon.
Spacey, no.
Huh?
You're human. You're not supposed to be here. You have to go back. If you don't...
But... I thought back to what Hibiki said. The feelings I had for Sana, and our sudden parting, all these things wrapped themselves in my mind, leaving me puzzled.
I'll be alright. The truth is, I think I'm finally ready to cross over.
That's a load of bullshit. Huh? But Hibiki just said...
But I didn't think that it'd be our last day together.
Sana, unlike me, seemed to have his heart totally prepared for this moment. He's an idol. He's good at acting, remember? This is all bullshit. I wondered if Koya was right. If Sana really would be able to cross over. Was I really preventing Sana from being able to move on?
I'm sorry to say goodbye, but I think our date is coming to an end. Don't look at me like that. Come on, show me your smile.
I know I should leave him with a smile, but there was simply no way I could.
Your mother, your sister, the friend you told me about the other day, your classmates.
My classmates, fuck them. My mom, my sister, and Sayaka, sure, but like, fuck everybody else.
They're all waiting for you. Back in your world. So don't look so sad. Please try to smile.
But you won't be in that world with me. As I swallowed those words, tears slowly welled up in my eyes. So instead, all that escaped from my lips were the soft sobs I desperately tried to keep inside.
You don't belong here. All I want is to send you off with a smile. If my feelings for you were to grow anymore, I'm sure I couldn't let you go. I can be quite possessive, you see. That's why it has to be now.
Seeing Sana's smiling face, I spoke what was truly on my mind. Are you really ready to cross over?
Yeah, of course. I'm at peace. I was thinking I'd leave right after I say goodbye to you. By the time you return to where you belong, I'll already be gone. I promise.
He's lying. He's so full of shit. But he's doing it to help us, which is sweet. Santa gently moved closer to me, leaning in. Did we get a kiss already? Oh no, but oh my god, the CG's so pretty. Stop it. And it's so sad because she's like all crying and he looks a little sad in his eyes. Oh, but it's so pretty.
The truth is, there's so much more advice I want to leave you with.
You've already done so much. I wanted him to know the gratitude I felt from the bottom of my heart. My troubled heart, it was calmed, all thanks to you, Sena.
Is that so? Then I guess our date was a big success. Hey, whatever you do, find something to strive for. A path that only you can follow, and don't limit yourself. Just like it was with me, you won't know what the right path is until you find it.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
I'm glad to hear that. Please enjoy your life to the fullest. For both of us.
I will. For the both of us. And when I die, I'll meet you again and tell you all about it. And in the instant I said those words, what is that glittering behind us? What is happening? And he just closed his eyes. No. It was like the end of a dream. Am I really waking up? Don't! You're a jerk! You wanted me to pet you, and then I put my hand down, and you're biting me. You get to stare at the CG, because he's being feisty and fidgety and being a little bit of a fucking asshole. So you're going to go into timeout. Not really. I'm going to give you a potty break, because you're acting like you got to go potties, but you're also being a douchebag. Get. I know I unceremoniously threw you, because my thing was turned.
Okay, good boy, thank you.
Just making sure that didn't unplug. You're being a bit of an asshole. You're getting like you want me to pet you, but then I go to reach out and pet you, and then you bite me very hard. So I don't know what the fuck you want. You're being a dick. You cannot do this. You cannot be an asshole that is like, pet me! Duh, don't not with your fucking hands. What do you want me to pet you with? What do you want me to pet you with? Why are you being a feisty little douche? Just being bad bird. Just being bad boy. Just being very, very jerkish. You're a big fat asshole. She's a big fat asshole. She's a big fat asshole. I take your beak and I'm going to save it till after class, mister. Also, I don't like this. This is sad and I don't want to be here. Like, this is making me depressed. Because it's only chapter 6. Why are we going? I don't like this. Although, at the same time, it's kind of interesting because it looks like we're going back. And we're going to wake up. And somehow are we going to be able to talk to Santa still? We're, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to be gone. Because but his route's not over. This is weird. Anyway, it was like the end of a dream. As if my body was melting into the sky, transparent and fleeting. Santa, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
What is it?
Please tell me how you really feel. I think you're a wonderful person. At the very end, you worried about me far more than you worried about yourself. But I have to know, in our last moments together, I want you to tell me how you really feel. Even though we were slowly losing sight of each other, I still stared into Sena's eyes. That CG's so pretty but so sad.
I can't tell you how I truly feel. It'll only hurt you. But if by some miracle you and I are reunited, in this world or the next...
I couldn't hear the last thing he said to me. My consciousness dissolved into the black night sky. I hate this. This feels like an end. It makes me want to cry. But it's chapter 7, so we only got one choice in chapter 6. You know what I mean? Huh. Someone saying, Spacey! In the darkness, I heard a voice call out. It's my mom or my sister. It was so painfully sweet. It was so full of love, I reached out for it. Or do you think, or is it Sena saying that? Oh.
Wake up. Go on, you can do it.
No matter how much I longed for it, I knew it was a voice I'd never be able to hear again. Oh.
Everyone's waiting for you.
I hate this. As if the voice had pushed me back into reality, I opened my eyes. I stared up at the pure white ceiling and heard the drip drop of the IV. This is not at all how I expected this to go. I don't know if I like this. I felt weary as I brought a heavy hand to my face. Say, no? Tears began falling down my cheeks. Eh? Spacey? Just then a soft mumble escaped my mother's lips and made my way into my ear. Oh, I didn't realize my mom was by my side, and I looked at her in a daze. Mom? I'm sorry. Thank you. I have so many things I want to say to you. But as I watched tears fill my mother's eyes, I found the first words I should say. I'm home. Things got crazy after that. The hospital seemed to think the odds I'd regain consciousness were very low. I watched as the panicked doctors did range of consciousness checks, then brain scans, everything. Then as evening came, Sayaka came to visit. Are you okay? Yeah, of course we won't know for sure until all the test results come back, but my head's clear. Still hurts a lot, but aside from all that, I think I'm fine. I'm so glad. As I wrapped both my hands around hers, Sayaka hung her head low. I know saying sorry won't just fix everything, but I really am so sorry. I think I was the reason you had that accident. You don't need to keep doing that. You don't have to apologize anymore. I've heard them all, Sayaka. That's what I told you on the phone, remember? Sayaka's eyes widened. Why are you surprised? You got the call from Mary, didn't you? That was Mary? I thought you only got messages from the dead, so I didn't think it was actually Mary. Well, rumors don't get everything right. Details! I want all the details! Maybe later, after you've calmed down. After calming her down and telling her again that I would tell her everything, I laid down in bed. I had so much to talk about with Sayaka, my mom, and the other. I had so much to talk about with Sayaka, my mom, and the others about. Yeah, no, okay, that's not me. Okay, I thought I was crazy. I had so much to talk about with Sayaka, my mom, and the others. But for now, at least, I was just enjoying feeling alive. I hate this. Sorry, but I left my ghost boyfriend and I don't like it. Especially because now 90% of his route we can't be with him? Like, what the fuck?
Please enjoy your life to the fullest.
Seeing as Sana sent me off like that, I intended to live a life I could be proud of. Trying my best to ignore the hole in my heart left by his absence, I drifted to sleep. I felt when my soul returned to my body. I noticed my injuries weren't as serious as I thought they'd be after being hit by a car. I was covered in bruises, but my bones were all intact. I spent some time in the hospital to recover my strength and go through rehabilitation. After 2 weeks, I was able to return home. Then, after resting at home, I finally returned back to school. You ready, Spacey? Be sure to watch out for cars, yeah? Don't cross the crosswalk when the light's flashing. Be sure to raise your hand when you cross. Also, I gave a bitter smile as I put on my shoes. Mom looked as anxious as ever. Sayaka and I are going to walk together the whole way. Don't worry. I see. Well, that's good. But maybe I should drive you. This whole thing's made her even more overprotective than before. Stupid God, you made my life worse! You were trying to help me find a path forward, and now my mom's more overprotective, and I lost my ghost boyfriend. What the shit? Well, I guess it's partly my fault for making her worry so much. It was not your fault. You didn't jump in front of the car. That stupid little God pushed you. I'm fine. Sayaka's waiting for me, so I'm gonna go. See you later. Morning, Sayaka. Morning. How are you feeling about your first day back? A little nervous, I guess. It's like going back after summer break. Anyway, before we head there, I wanted to give you this. After rifling through her bag, she quickly pulled out a clear file and handed it to me. As I examined it, I found it was... This is my career survey printout? You went to the hospital before you turned it in, right? The teacher asked for them again. Mine too. What do you mean, mine too? The truth is, I actually ended up taking mine back. Sayaka, I want to think it over again. This time I want to find my own path. Sayaka smiled proudly at me, her face radiating a maturity I'd never seen before. Well, I know me suddenly proclaiming it like this probably doesn't mean much, but... No, I think it's great. Besides, I don't think it's sudden. When I was in the hospital, I saw how much pain you were in. As a living ghost, you saw everything I did, huh? While I was resting at home, Sayaka came to my house to help me with my bandages. There I told her everything that happened. At first she listened intently to every word I had to say, but when I brought up Sena, she seemed to grow distant. Sayaka, I know you're worried about it, but I actually am glad all that happened to me. Because now I feel like I'm truly able to understand you. I can't tell you how happy that makes me. Sayaka's like, good! No, I'm just kidding. Sayaka's eyes were damp, but she took in a deep breath and seemed to calm down. I don't know if it's okay to ask about it, but things with Sena, are you... Before I would have just said it's fine and told her not to worry about it. But that whole experience taught me not to keep my worries to myself. Whoops, clipped that too fast. I'm still having trouble sorting things out. I think I need some more time. I see. After saying that, Sayaka patted me lightly on the back. Well, I'm always here to help. You can always talk to me. Sayaka... I felt sadness welling up in my eyes, but I suppressed it and forced a smile. Okay, see, so and before I was like, girl's crazy, she's gonna follow us. Now she's like, you know what? Following you was crazy. I'm gonna find my own path. Good for her! So the god pushing me in front of a car and almost getting me killed helped Sayaka. Awesome, good for her. It did not help us, though. I might be able to find my path forward. Yeah, but you made me fall in love with a dead man I can't be with. What the fuck is that? And my mom's crazier. What the shit? I think things have gotten a little bit worse. Thanks a lot, asshole. But, good job for helping Sayaka. But, maybe push her in front of a car next time. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? First things first, I'd like to get your opinion on my career path. It makes me super happy. Let's talk it over together. Thanks. Talking like this with Sayaka made me realize my life had gone back to normal. After talking with Sayaka about it, I'll have to talk to Mom. Determined not to let anything else interfere, I set my eyes squarely on the future. It was then I found that small spark Sena had talked about. The end. I just seriously don't know how we ended up without him in his route. This... I kind of hate when they do this. I just bumped my microphone, I'm sorry. But this is like Chojiro and Nightshade all over again, where you're like, I love you, and you're not even in your own fucking route. You're not in 90% of your route. You cannot keep doing this. Who the fuck's bright idea is we don't know. It's only a little bit. Maybe he'll come back. But how? How? Are we going to end up dead again? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Whoever the fuck has the idea of we're going to do this route, but the character that you're romancing is never going to be there. Seriously, should be slapped in the face. I'm here to romance hot boys. Don't take the hot boys away from me while I'm trying to romance them. The fuck point is that? How do you math that one out? Dumb. It's dumb. Damn it. Again, I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm a little mad about it right now because I'm you know what? This doesn't bode well. A few days had passed since I started to focus on my future career path. The small spark I found came to me in a dream. One day after school, at Sayaka's suggestion, I decided to head to that cafe. Ah, Mrs. Shiki, I've been waiting for you to come visit. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. The owner spoke gently to me with a smile on his face. Okay, whatever, that was a weird voice, but in his hands he held a sheet of paper, which immediately attracted Sayaka's eye. Is that a part-time job application? Would you mind if I took a look? Oh, this? Sure, it's a job poster. We're looking for someone to work in the main hall. The owner put the poster down on the table we were sitting at. Sayaka stared at it with wide eyes. I don't know how... Okay, listen. I'm just saying. This is fun, good for us. I can work at the cafe I like, part-time, whatever. But your career path survey was not about having a part-time career. So, But I mean, if this is like I'm doing this and you're like, wow, I really enjoy working in the cafe. Maybe I want to run a cafe. I'm going to do business management, or I love baking because I love maybe this is what stirs that spark. But it's like I found that spark working part-time at a cafe. I don't think that that's exactly what they meant. Like, anyway, the owner put the poster down on the table we were sitting at. Sayaka stared at it with wide eyes. I think I read that. I don't know. If I didn't, whatever. It's good. It looks like high schoolers can apply too. Part-time job? Here? Not for me, for you, Spacey. Huh? You and Cena talked about finding your spark here, right? Then you might be able to find your big dream. I mean, it makes sense, right? Her idea was so wonderful, I struggled to find a reply. Okay, if that's where they're going, like, hey, this might be where my sparks... Yeah, I get that. Okay, that's cool. I'm fine with that. That makes sense. I don't really know about all that, but would you be interested in working here? Well, I'm not sure... A job here? I'll have to talk to my mom about it. This was a place I really cherished, and I'd be surrounded by sweets I loved. It was the first time I felt my heart leap with excitement since coming back. I'd always had difficulty feeling confident about myself, but that day was different. When I had an idea of what I wanted to do, talking to my mom about it didn't seem so intimidating after all. If I read that normal. I still didn't know if she'd let me get a part-time job, but even if she just told me she'd think it over, I'd be happy. I felt that I was moving forward. I wish we were going back to the land of the dead so I could be with my ghost boyfriend, but whatever. I'm sorry, going to high school and working at a part-time job is not nearly as fun as hanging out with my dead ghost boyfriend. Just saying. I know what I would pick, and this is not it, game. Rude. I was making progress. Surrounded by those good feelings, I realized it had been a month since I woke up. That's so sad. It's been a month and Santa's been missing. I'd eaten dinner, taken a shower, and as I was drying my wet hair with a towel, I plumped myself down on the bed. Looking up at the ceiling, I couldn't help but think about the two of them. Oh, flashback to our group CG. Sena, Koyo, I wonder if they've crossed over. Even now there were things that would remind me of the time I spent with them. Sena most of all. No. It'd be kind of pointless for him to cross over in his route. Lost in these thoughts, I heard my phone ring. A call? Now? Who could it be? Koyo? No, it's Sayaka. Why would Koyo be calling us, though? I got up and picked my phone up off my desk. Hello? Ah, you finally picked up! I've called you a ton already! Sorry, I was in the bath. So, what is it? You've got to check out this site I sent you! Site? I put her on speakerphone and tapped the URL Sayaka sent me in our messaging app. This is a paranormal site? Sena photo successful. Oh, look, there's a little ghost on the playground. There are a bunch of different threads, but check out the 9th one from the top. Number 9. Doesn't it seriously look like Sena? I did as I was told and scrolled down from the top. When I saw the title of the 9th link, my heart stopped. Meet Sena at Beachfront Park. Huh? I guess that rumor's still going around. It was such a big urban legend around here, it made sense it wouldn't die down. It's not still going around, it's still going on. No, there's no way. I told you, didn't I? Sena said he was crossing over. That's a big fat lie, and you know it. We're only in chapter 7. We're in chapter 7, but we still have 2 full other fucking chapters. There's no fucking way. Yeah, that's why I called you. I thought you should know. Sayaka's words only filled me with worry. What do you mean? It may not be the most reliable information, but... Sayaka prefaced her answer, paused, and then continued. If you want to know what Sena's been up to, I think you should check out that thread. Sayaka, don't hang up, okay? Please? Yeah, I won't. Take all the time you need. I took a deep breath and with shaking finger tapped the link to the thread. The picture shown on the screen displayed what looked like a ghostly image on a phone camera. Kinda looks like a blurry Sana. It looks like the jacket on his shoulders and the white shirt and maybe blonde hair. Sure, I could see it. That's Sana. I had no idea if the image was real or not, but it was most definitely Sana. It's very blurry and hard to tell, but and you could kind of tell his pants and belt. The rest of the comments were debating if it was real. I continued to scroll through the comments, but my thoughts were elsewhere. Maybe he really didn't cross over.
Is Sana's lingering regrets? What do you think they could be?
Well, now I'm one of them. That's why none of my other ghost boyfriends crossed over, right?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but his presence is much stronger than other ghosts. They say ghosts with the strongest lingering regrets are the ones most likely to become wraiths, so I was just curious.
I began to think that Hibiki's thoughts were correct after all. So him saying he could cross over was a lie? Saying that he would? Sayaka, there were comments on here saying the same thing, but couldn't this be fake?
I can't deny that. A lot of those ghost photos are faked.
I see. In that case, I bet it's just a hoax.
I mean, he told me.
It's just rumors, no doubt.
Yeah, you're probably right. Sorry, I guess us cult freaks really do get fooled easily. Sorry for calling.
Nah, don't worry about it. I was pretty surprised, too. Sayaka and I talked for a little bit after that, and then we hung up. Mom's working a night shift tonight. I glanced up at the twinkling stars and dashed out of my room. Yep, she's gonna freak out and she's gonna go see if Sana's at the park if she can find his ghost. Oh. Anyway. But this is the perfect place to stop, so I will see you guys next time. Silly bird. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.